So now that we know how to add effects to Patcher, as well as the various ways of routing audio through them, in this video we're going to take a look at editing and working with controls in Patcher's map. Let's start with the control knobs. A control knob acts in the same way as any other knob found in a plugin. However, a control knob in the map can be linked to any parameter of any plugin that is loaded into Patcher. To demonstrate, let's start by adding a plugin to Patcher. Here I will add a delay plugin. Now I want to add a control knob. To do this, right-click on an empty portion of the map and select Knob from the Add Control menu. The control icon will appear. Now I want to use this knob to control the dry level of the delay, so I'll need to link it to that parameter. Do this by clicking and dragging from the red connection dot to the delay plugin. After releasing the mouse, a menu will appear showing you all the parameters that can be possibly linked. From this list, I'll select Dry Level Parameter. Now this control is linked. To remember what this knob controls, I'll rename it Delay Dry. Now to make changes using this knob, we need to switch to the dashboard view. Now, from the dashboard, I can control the dry level of the delay. You can verify the changes by checking the Editor tab and looking at the dry level parameter on the delay interface. It should mirror the control knob from the dashboard. Now adding a knob just to control one parameter when you can just simply tweak that parameter from the interface really does not have any additional benefits. However, we have only scratched the surface. Now what I want to do is add a reverb and have the same control knob that we just added control a parameter on the reverb as well as the dry level on the delay. So I'll start by adding the reverb. Next, I will make the connection to the reverb in the same parallel fashion that we looked at in the last video. Next, I want to link the control knob to the wet parameter of the reverb. Again, we do this by clicking and dragging from the control knob connection dot to the reverb, and from the pop-up menu, select Wet Level Parameter. Next, I should rename the control knob again to better reflect what it's connected to. And now listen as I increase the value on this control knob from the dashboard page. The dry level of the delay increases, while at the same time, the wet level of the reverb increases. In addition to the control knobs, we also have XY controls. These controls act much like the control knobs, except that each one contains two individual controls. To demonstrate, I'm going to use the XY control with the Fruity filter. So I'll start by adding the XY control to Patcher. Again, right-click on an empty portion of the map and select XY from the Add Control menu. Now I'll rename it so that I know it's controlling the Fruity filter. Next, I'll need to add the Fruity filter. Once again, right-click on the map and select Add Plugin. Then select Fruity filter from the list. Now from the X connection dot, I'll click and drag to the Fruity filter to link to one of its parameters. From the list that pops up, I will select Cutoff Frequency. Now from the dashboard and using the X control, we can hear the effect it has on the cutoff parameter. Now back from the map page, I will link the Y controller to the resonance parameter of the Fruity filter. Now from the XY control in the dashboard, we can give some interesting sounds by moving the XY controls together. So in this video, we took a look at working with the knob and XY controllers to affect various plugin parameters, either individually and or simultaneously. In the next video, we'll take a look at working with MIDI data within Patcher.